Making a buzz online. It's time for Media Watch, of course, and James Creedon is here. Hello, James.
Evening, Claire.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to you too.
And that's where we start. Lots of images and articles, I'm sure, doing the rounds.
Absolutely. It is, I suppose, the thing that's most buzzing in terms of images, articles, satire on social media today. I'll bring you some of the highlights on my Facebook newsfeed and Twitter account. In any case, this one I quite like. It's the French anarchists' take on Valentine's Day, Claire. Now, window shopping in French is lèche vitrine, or window licking, which is a little bit up close and personal with the shop window, right?
A little more intimate.
But anarchists prefer not to engage any of this commercialism, especially for something that it resembles a little bit of Hallmark holiday, as we call it in the English-speaking world. So lick your partner, not the window, on this Valentine's Day, and avoid the commercialisation of the day itself. There you go. Now, over at
clean now, James.
Right, over at Paris City Hall, where they're preparing local elections in the month of March, Bertrand Delanoë's successor, or so he hopes, Anne Hidalgo, has been taking advantage of Valentine's Day with all of these images. I love you, but I'm voting Anne Hidalgo. And further down, I'm showing you proof of my love, but I'm voting Anne Hidalgo. And I like you, but I love Anne Hidalgo. So there you go. That's I'm not sure if you call it the commercialisation, but the politicisation, at least, of Valentine's Day. What about Valentine's Day cards for those sort of non-committal couples who aren't quite sure yet what way it's going to go? Lots of ideas here on the HuffingtonPost.com. You're okay. Further down, well, that's a bit of a thesis. I'm not sure if we have time to read that one. There is nobody else I'd rather lie in bed and look at my phone next to. So you can see, you are not bad. That's a pretty. It almost sounds like a.
Oh dear! I think I prefer
it's not
no
very
card
romantic.
at all.
What about The Onion? They point out that for some women, I think it's true of men too, but I suppose more stereotypically the case for women, nations' girlfriends admit absolutely everything is riding on Valentine's Day, confirming that it's all down to this. The nation's girlfriends admitted Thursday that despite anything that might have been said or implied in the past, absolutely everything hinges on the outcome of Valentine's Day. So I suppose that's particularly directed at the American men who better have something very romantic up their sleeves. Now, on a slightly sadder note, The Guardian has put together, with the help of the Whisper application, which takes a sentence and puts an image, matches it with an image, readers' secrets. Basically, The Guardian asked readers to share with them, and thereby the world, what they would not be happy to say out loud. So you've got all sorts of interesting, touching, sad images. I've never had a Valentine's card. I'm 49. I look at the pad. This is in London. I look, if I could go up and missing it. I look for you every. I look out for you every time that I'm in Paddington Station, just in case you're waiting for me. So there's lots of quite sweet, quite touching, and very personal messages there that people probably aren't too confident to say out loud. As a wedding present to myself, I promise to never contact you again. Best decision I ever made. After the decision to marry my husband. So there you go. Love, it's quite a complicated topic. People feel very differently about it on a day like the 14th of February. Happy, sad, melancholic, whatever. So I think online you're going to find elements of all that.
There. Now, moving on, George Clooney.
Yes.
He said that the Mona Lisa should be returned to Italy. Shock horror. Of course, it's here in the Louvre.
That's right. A lot of people
Paris.
in town in Paris in the last day or two, I suppose possibly for Valentine's Day, maybe even going for a visit to the Louvre to see the Mona Lisa amongst the other masterpieces.
He is plugging a movie, though.
He is plugging a movie, and this is all for the film known as The Monuments Men, which is about artwork stolen by the Nazis, etc. Now, the critics have been extremely negative about this film. So some cynics are saying he's going around saying that the British Museum needs to return Greek artefacts to Greece, that France needs to return the Mona Lisa to Italy, all in a bid to drum up interest, intrigue and in that movie, which has been lambasted by the critics. For example, there's one moment apparently where he points to a map of Europe explaining where Europe is to President Roosevelt, and so it's all quite simplistic and generally not seen as a very good film. Anyway, I think that issue of the Mona Lisa going back to Italy has come up in the past. There was even a request for it to be lent to Florence, which was refused because I think there is this fear that it might not be returned. But
security.
Yeah, it's a big question.
Now, finally, some hair-raising images posted by Russians scaling buildings without any protection.
That's right. Now, this is roof-topping. It's not a completely new phenomenon, but some images have hit the internet in the last week that have left people shuddering with fear having looked at them. Let's take a look at these images put together. First of all, there's this video, right? This is in Shanghai, and the two guys who scaled that are Vadim Makarov and Vitaly Raskalov. Now, the Shanghai Tower, it will be completed, I believe, in the next 12 months. It is going to be the second tallest building in the world, and this is a crane at the very tip top of the building that goes even higher than the building itself, and these guys clearly have no fear, because without any protection whatsoever, and with a camera in tow, they spent 20 hours scaling that skyscraper, and it's absolutely terrifying. That was put online 2 days ago, and it's had over 9 million hits on YouTube.
If you had vertigo,
already.
I don't think you'd even be able to watch that.
I was the palms of my hand were sweating. I will be honest with you, it is terrifying viewing.
James Creedon, thank you very much for Friday's Media Watch here on France 24. We're going to take a quick break now, but Live from Paris continues shortly, so do stay with us.